What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today we've got a weird gun for you. Today we've got a gun that I didn't know existed until I bought it. This is the Walther WMP. Now this is kind of interesting. People who watch the channel know I'm a huge fan of Walther. You know that I like the PDP and the PPQ, and this looks like one of those. It has the grip similar to a PPQ, kind of reminds me a lot of it. We've got these cool fluted cuts in the slide there. We've got front slide serrations, a rail, pretty decent trigger. We have an American style magazine release, and then we have an optics mount with a fiber optic front and a blacked out rear, which is pretty cool. But this is actually in 22 Magnum, so not 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum, 22 Winchester Magnum to be specific. So it's gonna be a little bit more powerful than a standard 22, but maybe a little bit less powerful than something like a 5.7. But considered along the same lines of a 5.7. You're basically gonna have a relatively low recoiling, quick shooting style of gun that maybe people who couldn't shoot 45, 40, or maybe some hot 9 might want to get into something like this. At least I think. I'm not the biggest expert on 22 Magnum. We're kind of going to be learning here together today. Now, I got this at Mr. Guns. Thanks, Elliot. He conned me into buying this. Sometimes I go there for something, and he's like, ooh, I got this thing. So this is how I end up with this stuff. But I also bought an arrow gun, but that's another day. This gun actually really attracted my attention because I like the idea of 22 Magnum, and I want to compare it to 5.7 in the future, and I like Walther, so I picked this up. I think this is going to be accurate. I think this is going to be reliable, but who knows? These so far look exactly like a 22 long rifle magazine. They even have the assister to put the rounds in, and that makes them a little easier to load, which is nice, especially people for arthritic hands, stuff like that. We got 100 rounds of Fiocchi 22 Magnum here, also given to me by Elliot. Appreciate that. These are 40 grain, which is the standard in Winchester Magnum, I do believe. Fiocchi makes pretty good ammo, so hopefully we'll have some good reliability today with this ammo. Now, this ammo here was 12 bucks a box, which is super, super cheap. However, I've seen it be a little more expensive in other places. I live in Iowa, so sometimes we have some benefits of having some cheaper prices. I actually got the gun for about $500 as well, making it relatively affordable for a Walther. So we'll go out today and shoot it, but before we do, I want to thank my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. I bought the gun with the Patreon dollars. If you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Just go to the link in the description and sign up. Also in the description is a link to a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. It could really use your help, so please go down to the link and donate to those kids. That being said, let's go out and try something new. The reset is horrific, but the brake seems good. Let's try it here. Let's load up a... What? That does not bode well. Let's try it at 75 yards and see. Super light recoil, and I think I hit something.
You did, you hit it.
My ear probe broken.
It sounded like it hit super hard.
Yeah, well, it's moving. It's 40 grain. It's moving 1,500 feet per second. So it's not a 22 like long rifle.
Science.
That's for sure.
Got it. Got it.
Is it just me, or does it sound like it's hitting harder than 5.7?
No, it sounds like it's hitting really hard.
It's legit. Have I missed yet?
Nope.
Oh, this is a fun little thing. The trigger reset's difficult to deal with because it feels like a PPQ or PDP.
Okay.
The grip does, the trigger does, everything, but the reset's twice as long.
Weird.
Wow, this thing's a freaking sniper. Oh, we're out. 10 round mags, didn't lock back. So I don't know if it locks back or not.
Let us know in the comment section below if you know.
That mag went in. That slide release is super janky. So we're probably gonna be running the slide from now on.
That's a little baddie.
No shit. Well, I would certainly say, at least from the first couple of mags, we've got some janky controls, maybe some suspect quality comparison to like the PDP or PPQ. But as far as performance, accuracy, recoil impulse, well, this is gonna be a fun review. All right, so far, I didn't love the controls, but everything worked. It's a nice, big, scary gun, which is kind of nice. That was one thing we were talking about, like for self-defense, for like an old lady or something, like maybe giving this to my mom, was literally what we were just talking about. I mean, it doesn't look like a 22, and it doesn't hit like a 22, but it does kind of recoil like a 22, which is nice. Again, I have no experience with 22 Magnum. These 10-round magazines here that we have, I should mention that we just got this because this is the one available in the gun store, but 15-round magazines are available. Well, let's plink around here at 50 yards and see what we can do here. Sights are nice too.
Hit.
That's no joke though. You fired that inside, they're gonna know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of like a John Lovell guy, I guess, for most people. Like, I live out in the country, so I use suppressors because I could have we could have the Battle of the Bulge in my house and nobody's calling the cops.
Yep.
But like in town, the louder your firearm is, the more likely your neighbors are to call the police and get help there quick. And I think this is a good option for that. That's that little one that I'm plinking like that.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You want me to show it?
Yeah. I don't like that they don't lock back, but I wonder if that's just the Cali compliant mags.
Yep, must be.
I'm gonna do a review of this for sure. I wasn't going to. I didn't even know if I was gonna do a first shot to this, but I like this thing so much. This is a fun thing. Let's go for the really small. Let's go for the plates.
Yep. Got it. Got it.
I think I'm going.
That.
What? There's so little recoil, you can just rapid fire, you know, fucking accuracy by volume.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that we don't talk about on the channel enough is, you know, the whole active self-protection concept of just getting rounds near the person. Like, I know that's not being accountable for every round, but if somebody is attacking you and you fire a round at them, it's gonna be scary and it's gonna be a deterrent to begin with. So, I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna like this. I keep saying that, but I like this.
More fun than you thought?
Yeah.
Are you hiding from the wind?
Yeah, it's cold.
It is cold.
You ready?
Yep.
So one of these mags doesn't want to, oh, look at that. That's kind of the issue with 22 mags, or not 22 mags, but like 22 long rifle stuff, is they just don't make it with the same durability in mind. So if you're trying to run a gun with the shit, stuff flies off. Ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do maybe a little cover stuff. That ventilates somebody for sure. All right, so first impressions are pretty good of the WMP. Sorry for the red-winged blackbirds there, but they come in the spring in Iowa and they don't shut up, so it just is what it is. The WMP is a cool little gun that I didn't think I was gonna like. I actually bought this because I wanted to do a video on 22 Magnum, just a ballistic video, but so far I'm really digging this little pistol. It's got some downsides. One of the downsides is the magazines. The base plate keeps coming off, and for some reason one of the mags has to be put into the gun very hard to actually lock. But I keep beating on the thing, and it keeps working, I guess. We've shot 120 rounds through this now, and super accurate gun, super loud, and very low recoil. Now, another con that I don't love about it is I don't love the reset of the trigger. Now, it wouldn't be so bad, but it reminds me a lot of the PDP or PPQ. And you can see it breaks real nice. It's like a fucking 3-pound trigger, just like the PPQ. But when you reset the trigger, instead of right there, it's all the way out there. So I have to like refigure it in my brain. But once I do that, it's not that big of a deal, and you can still shoot it pretty fast. We're getting repeated hits at 75 and 50 yards. Very accurate, very flat shooting little thing. And for 500 bucks, it's pretty cool. 22 Magnum is a little bit cheaper, I think, than 5.7, so it might be a little cheaper option. And I think this would actually be kind of a cool little pistol for somebody with like arthritic hands. Similar along the lines of the EZ or the light rack system. This thing's really easy to rack. It's got a very light recoil spring, and the magazines have an assist on them as well. And the recoil and pulse of the gun is very light, although it's still a fairly effective cartridge. Like I said, good sights, good trigger, good ergonomics, except for I think the quality on these are more what you would consider 22 Walther quality. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you own a 22, chances are it's made by Walther, even though it says SIG on the side or something. And their quality is a little bit different than their centerfire guns. That being said, like 9mm and stuff, or the PPK. That being said, it's still a pretty good gun, and it's still a little higher quality than a lot of the 22s out there. Would I use this for self-defense? Honestly, sure. I mean, it seemed pretty effective, seemed pretty loud, seemed pretty quick, and we haven't had a failure yet. We did have a kind of a parts issue with the base plates, but if I was in a self-defense situation, the fucking gun would already be loaded, and at least the 1 out of the 2 mags work really well. So I'd get a few more mags for it for the review and see if it's just a single mag issue or if it's common with the gun. So if you want to see a full review of this, stay tuned, like and subscribe, and there'll be more content like this. You want to see a versus of this, like maybe the FN57 or something like that, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. Check you later.